And it all comes down to this. For the first time in this series, the Chicago Blackhawks are in the Stanley Cup final. We will be taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins, two of the top three teams in the NHL. In the final, it's pretty much all you can ask for. Only the Washington Capitals had a better regular season point total. And of course, there is so much more on the line than just the Stanley Cup. We are one win away from securing control of this team for an extra season. We lose today, we've earned ourselves 3 vetoes heading into next season when Milbury regains control. But if we win, we push Mike to the back burner for an extra season and what could prove to be, again, another crucial season for us. You look at how this team is constructed right now, theoretically, we could keep winning out for the next couple of years if things go our way. I don't think that's necessarily out of the realm of possibility. We are a very well-constructed team, but for now, we set our sights on what lies ahead. The best of 7 against Pittsburgh for the Stanley Cup. Two of the most dominant teams, of course, in the real NHL over the past decade or so. I hate to bring up the real NHL, of course. Yesterday would have been the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and yes, it is quite sad. Not as sad, of course, as everything else that's going on in the world, but still quite sad. This is the team, and we've talked about it, the addition of Ned Eakin and Braden Point to this team, just what it has meant, of course, keeping Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews here, and they'll both be here next year on very team-friendly contracts. The addition of Kayumov, of course, has been interesting, but he's been solid. He's been fine, and it's allowed us to have one hell of a third line. This team is spectacular, and of course, we've seen it. In the first round, dominant. The second round, not so much. We were able to overcome a lot of adversity to make it to the third round, where, again, we showed just how dominant we could be. We'll see how today plays out, but very happy with this team, happy that we were able to get over the hump and make it to the Stanley Cup final. And of course, the question is going to be with goaltending moving forward, because in 6 days, if I'm not mistaken, Mackenzie Blackwood is back to 100%, but Joonas Korpisalo was absolutely phenomenal in that third round. Unbelievable numbers. It's the only way to phrase it. Again, there was one game he did not play in. We accidentally gave it to Ben Bishop. He won that game, but he wasn't great. We go back to Joonas, and he was phenomenal. So, very excited to see what he can do. Of course, Wouter Peters played in the AHL playoffs, the Calder Cup playoffs, hence why the save percentage isn't that great. But of course, we know that he was fantastic in his one appearance, making 24 of 25 saves in a relief effort, with Korpisalo going down to injury within 13 minutes. So, right now, despite not having the highest rated goaltenders in the world, and of course, Blackwood's not going to play until he's 100%, despite not having the highest rated goaltenders in the world, despite not having the highest rated third pairing in the world, or even having a 90 overall defenseman, I have the utmost confidence in this team and our ability to change things up. The versatility throughout this lineup, to have people play all throughout the lineup, and hopefully have it result in a victory. Let's take a look at the Pittsburgh Penguins, what we are up against, who we are up against in the Stanley Cup final. Very interesting. Jake Gensel, 20 points in 16 games, a 93 overall. Yeah, he's going to get paid a hell of a lot more heading into that next season. Sidney Crosby, 36 years old, 22 points in 16 games. He is still almost as dominant as ever. Maybe not as dominant as ever. The skating's dropped off. The physical play continues to drop off. Not getting paid his traditional 8.7, perhaps controversial. And on his right, Jason Zucker, 16 points in 16 games, making 8.5 for the next 4 years. Damn. Second line, Brian Rust, 15 points in 13 games. How much is he getting paid? Damn, that's a steal of a deal. Legitimate second liner. Centered by Evgeny Malkin. So as much as we still have the face of our franchise, with Toews and Kane, they still have Gino. They still have Crosby. Gino, 24 points in 16 games. And on his right, Patrick Hornqvist, still there, 15 points in 16 games, now 37 years old. The third line, Sam Poulin, has not been great. Unlike that haircut, 3 points, -4 in the 16 games, centered by Jared McCann and Philip Hollander on his right. So that third line, you see some higher overalls, although they are all legitimate third liners. They haven't been clicking, but if they wake up, we could be in a bit of trouble. Fourth line is Brandon Sutter, Sam Lafferty, and Brandon Tanev. That contract, though, man. Good Lord. So the bottom six hasn't been phenomenal for them. It has been the big names, leading the way thus far. This defense, we have the advantage there. P.O. Joseph, 2 points through the 16 games, next to Justin Schultz, who has been much more of a point producer. Second pairing is T.J. Brody, next to Brian Demoulin. So more of a shutdown pair there. Kind of scared of him, to be honest. Third pairing is Ben Hutton, next to Darren Radish. The goaltender is Tristan Jarry. Gonna go with Jarry. I've heard Jarry, whatever. A 911 save percentage through 16 appearances. Pretty good. Anders Nilsson made 5 saves in 1 appearance. The healthy scratches, Lucas Fail, Mikhail Bodker, and Justin Braun. So, no major injuries to this Penguins lineup. The goaltending, it's going to be about even. The defense, we have a pretty big advantage. Offensively, we do have the advantage, but we actually don't have a big advantage on defense. I don't understand why. I've always questioned, okay, how are these rated? And I guess they do factor in the forwards, but I think it's kind of clear that we should have a higher rated defense. But that's okay, I suppose. Our 100 rated offense will hopefully carry us through. I don't know if I'm ready for this. So much on the line. The Stanley Cup, the ability to tell Mike to go sit down for another year. Because let's be honest, if we win here, again, we're still in a pretty good spot leading this team forward. If we lose, while we do have 3 vetoes, we can say, okay, Mike, you're not trading away this player on this particular occasion. There is so much high-end talent on this team that you're seeing right there that you can't help but think he's going to ruin this team. And he's going to try to do so as quickly as possible. Time will tell. For now, all there is to do is to play it out and see what happens. Here we go. Again, for the first time in this series, we're in the Stanley Cup final. Can we make the most of it? What version of this team is going to show up today? First period is scoreless. 13 shots to 11 in their favor. Not a bad way to start, and a pretty good start in particular from one Mr. Korpisalo. Second period, and that good start just went up in smoke. Patrick Kane scores on the power play, but Malkin, Rust, Zucker, the top 6, absolutely dominated that period. 27 shots to 19. We are down 3-1 heading into the third here in Pittsburgh. Not ideal, and perhaps we managed to jinx Korpisalo just a little bit. We need a quick goal here. Power play chance is a great way to get it. We fall short. We're halfway through the third already, and it's not looking good. This high-powered offense limited. Ben Hutton makes it 4-1. Leafs fans' favorite scoreline, and that's going to do it. Another power play. They cannot add insult to injury. 4-1 is the final. Tristan Jarry shuts us down, and that is not what you wanted to see. That's exactly how Pittsburgh's made it here. Strong goaltending and the top 6 carrying the weight. And unfortunately for us, that was, again, not the type of game you'd like to see. The third pairing was just torn asunder. But really nobody in that game looked good. Not even Patrick Kane with the power play goal. That is not the way that we wanted to start things off. Mackenzie Blackwood is back to 100%. Sooner rather than later. 3 days early, I believe. So that is tremendous news. Woder Peters, you've done well for us, but Blackwood's going to be back in, and he is going to start this next game. The good thing is it can be a tandem, but Korpisalo losing that game, we can make changes if need be. I'm almost tempted to kind of re-optimize these lines. At the very least, putting Strome back on the second line. I do wonder, though. I mean, I could change Kayumov over to a playmaker, which seems like a very good idea, actually. And we'll see how that third line were to work. Because I do want Dylan Strome in a more optimized situation, we'll say. So, and just to look here, because that's... the top six has quieted down a little bit. Just a little bit. I can't believe the shooting ability, though, on that line. I'm going to leave it as is. There are some moves I could make and may indeed make if we lose this second game, but we're not going to panic just yet. Mackenzie Blackwood is back, and we're going to see what that does for us as we look to at least take one game on the road here in Pittsburgh. Game 2, first period, and a much better start for us. Ned Eakin on the power play, Kirby Dach on the power play. Malkin gets one back. Patrick Kane gets his second goal of the series. We're up 3-1, 12 shots to 5. Pretty much the inverse of that first game. A much better job there. Again, defensively we were okay despite allowing the goal, but that is the kind of overbearing offense you expect to see. So, very good start, but we still have a long way to go. Second period, case in point, goal apiece, Sam Lafferty and Artur Kayumov. 20 shots to 17, 4-2 on the board. Heading into this third period, let's go. Up by 2. Blackwood's return. The offense has looked better. Power play for the Penguins. They score. As it expires, Jason Zucker makes it a 1-goal game. Power play for the Hawks. Dylan Strome. Let's go. We're up by 2 yet again. 6.5 to go. Things are looking good. And the Chicago Blackhawks are back in the series. Patrick Kane, the empty netter, insult to injury, 6-3. The final score, 31 shots apiece. But we hold on. The offense shows up. We capitalize on our chances and earn a split to the first 2 games of this series. What a game for Patrick Kane. DeBrincat, Dach, solid as well. I think Braden Point, does he still not have a goal yet? I'm genuinely not sure. That third line struggled a bit. Ryan Pulock struggled a bit. But Mackenzie Blackwood, perhaps struggled the most. But he was able to walk away with the victory when it counted. Unlike with Korpisalo, he actually did see, that little bit of offensive support. He'll probably start in Game 3. But we do know that Korpisalo is an option at any time. Braden Point has not scored a single goal this postseason. I don't even know how that's possible. He's a playmaker, but so is Kirby Dach, and he has 8 goals. So we're gonna leave the team the same. We're gonna see what we can get out of Mackenzie Blackwood in this one. We return home, Game 3, United Center. Let's see what the next twist of the tale happens to be. First period, and an advantage. Ned Eakin on the power play. That might just be the story of this season. As out of nowhere, the acquisition of Ned Eakin from Montreal for a relatively cheap price. We're up by 1. Second period, up by 2. Patrick Hornquist tied the game. Braden Point gets his first goal of the postseason. Ask and you shall receive. It's on the power play in Game 3 of the Cup Final. Patrick Kane scores again. Plays when the lights are at their brightest. We're up 3-1 heading into the third period of Game 3. Pittsburgh nearly completed the comeback last time. A power play goal there would have been helpful to help them complete the comeback this time, which of course is not what we're hoping for. Dylan Strome on the power play again. Another power play chance for us. Goes to waste. But it looks like the damage is done. 2 minutes left. The Chicago Blackhawks have won 2 in a row and now have a 2-1 series lead on the Pittsburgh Penguins, 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup. Mackenzie Blackwood, 30 saves. Braden Point finally gets a goal this postseason. And things are looking pretty good for us. Braden Point was the only minus player on the team. But again, 30 of 31. Mackenzie Blackwood, a strong performance, one that was desperately needed. We are just 2 wins away. A 4-1 loss, a 6-3 win, and now a 4-1 win. Game 4. We've seen the split in Pittsburgh. The home team winning the first game. And it's either that trend will continue, or we will have a commanding 3-1 lead going back to Pittsburgh for Game 5. The team stays the same. Blackwood between the pipes. Let's do this. Let's do this. Game 4. What is in store for us this time out? Can the offense continue to play at this good of a level, this high of a level? Can Mackenzie Blackwood continue to be solid upon his return? First period, advantage Pittsburgh. Jared McCann, 12 shots apiece, but McCann has the difference maker through the opening 20 minutes. Second period, not the game we wanted to see. Jason Zucker on the power play. Kayumov gets one back. Mikhail Bodker scores on the power play. We'll have to see who was injured because Bodker's in the lineup. We're down 3-1, 22 shots apiece. And it looks like, although Dylan Strome with a goal here, it looks like that trend's going to continue of the 1-1 split. It's going to be a best of 3 from here on out unless we can come back here. We killed off that penalty. Power play of our own goes to waste. That's never a good sign. Another power play, and Dylan Strome scores his second of the period as it expires. 2 minutes left. We are going to overtime in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. And as we do, when it's the Stanley Cup Final, again, we save these moments for these stressful times. Let's do this. Let's see how this plays out. Who will have, I guess technically there won't be the advantage. If Pittsburgh wins, we will be at a 2-2 split. But if we win this game, the advantage definitely in hand for us, as we'll be heading back to Pittsburgh for Game 5. As mentioned, a big comeback moment for us there. Huge performance from Dylan Strome. And again, it all comes down to this. Can turn it on True Broadcast. I might. We'll figure it out, but for the moment, we'll see how it plays out. DeBrincat, quick shot. Thought he might have passed that over, but ultimately he elects not to. Big save there by Jerry in the opening moments of this period. And you know what? For the hell of it, let's put on True Broadcast. And, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. James Cebulski, I actually really like you, but I'm going to turn you down. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn you down, James. I don't need competition. I don't need it. As the hits leader, so that's good. 3 Penguins on top. That's always good. First line. First line. Kirby Dach on the draw. Ned Eakin on the left, number 13. Dach wins it. Ryan Pulock brings all the way down in the corner. Down low to Dach. Tries to sauce it back in front. Nobody there. Here come the Penguins as Zucker dumps it in. Around the back of the net. Recovered by Pulock. Gensel wins it back. Malkin dishes it to the point. Again, back down low. Brandon Dillon fighting for it. And recovered by Ryan Pulock. Stretch past Alex DeBrincat. On the half wall waits. Finds Brandon Dillon. Gets it to Dach, who didn't have a shooting lane. Dach is tripped. And the Blackhawks are going to the power play. Huge moment here. Early on, Gino to the box. And within 39 seconds, we'll have a chance on the man advantage. That is a huge moment. It's Point, Dach, Kane, Pulock back there on defense. I don't know who our right defenseman is against Lafferty and Hollander. The answer is Dillon. Quick passes, Dillon, the deflection bit in front. Dach still battling for it, loses it. Radish tries to clear, he can't. Lafferty is able to. As Dillon recovers, hits Point. Quick pass to Kirby Dach, he'll send it around. Covered by Radish. Played on to Hollander, now Lafferty. The Penguins might look to get something out of this counterattack, shorthanded. Lafferty for P.O. Joseph, down for Hollander, the shot on. And a save by Blackwood, so not particularly ideal. Blackwood rocking the Rockford Ice Hogs helmet or mask for no particular reason. So the face-off is one here for the Hawks. Jonathan Toews, yes, you saw that, I believe on the wing. He's technically on defense. Tries to dish it back over, deflects, Sutter to Poulin. And the Penguins again looking to counterattack. Sam Poulin steps in, can't get the shot off, but the Penguins doing a good job of killing time off the clock. Poulin dumps it down again. Ned Eakin recovers. The big acquisition from Montreal. Jonathan Toews. Down into the corner. Takes a huge hit from Dumoulin. Bit of a scramble for it. Schultz has it. Now sends it over to Dumoulin yet again. Down in the corner. Looks to cut back. Sutter recovers. Pittsburgh doing a great job on the kill. Eakin has it. Now DeBrincat finds Jonathan Toews. Alex Nylander over the line. 40 seconds left on the power play. Nylander looking for a passing lane. Tries to get it in front. Broken up. Hollander has it. And a risky move here. And we go for the line change. Shot on. Blocker saved by Blackwood. Some rough defense there. But we survived a threat. Point to Kane. Braden Point yet again. The other big acquisition heading into the beginning of the season. Slap shot from the point. Saved by Jerry. Battled on. Braden Point loses it. Radish finds Poulin. He'll clear. 10 seconds left. On the man advantage. It looks like we're going to let that opportunity go to waste, unfortunately. One more rush with the advantage. Doc, slap shot, save by Jerry. Point recovers. Point in control, gets it to Doc. Now to Kane, shot on. Jerry still loose. Darren Radish comes up with it. Puck still in the Pittsburgh zone. Hollander now carries it in, turns it over. Kirby Doc, does he have the speed? Kirby looks to cut in, he can't do it. Stretch pass now, Pittsburgh on the counter. Jason Zucker, shot, blocker save again by Blackwood. They keep testing the blocker side. Here's John Quenneville, fresh off the bench, he'll dump it in. Radish again able to recover, he's been out there for a while. So again, it's fed off to the left. A little bit of space here, a step from Gensel. Zucker can't get the shot off, Seth Jones was there. Quick passes, Nosek has it. Quenneville, now Mackenzie Entwistle. Cuts back, finds Boqvist, shot glove save, Jerry. Adam Boqvist. Robbed by the gloves, so an excellent bit of penalty killing from Pittsburgh. We'll have a third line v first line advantage, but our third line is hardly a third line with Strome, Toews, and Nylander, and another successful draw win. Boqvist finds Strome. It's actually not Boqvist because he passed over to Dennis Gilbert unless there's an injury. Recovered by Jonathan Toews around the back. Quick set of passes again. Toews turns it over as the Hawks continue to just try and force it into the middle. Nylander loses it again. Now it's Gensel over for Brody. Zucker takes the hit. Gensel has it. Shot saved by Blackwood. And he is forced to cover. Fourth line v second line. Nosek on the draw. I love this fourth line. Putting trust in him, but it might backfire. Opportunity. Schultz for Brody. Quick passes back and forth between he and Rust, who dumps it in. Boqvist has it, gets it up for Quenneville, a little bit of space. Now it's Entwistle, toe drag. Entwistle, shot glove save by Jerry Mackenzie Entwistle. That close to potentially getting the winning goal. We've seen his scoring ability throughout this postseason. Kayumov, Point, and Kane are out there. Kayumov, of course, replacing Jesper Fast earlier on this postseason. Has scored some goals for us, put up some points. Jared McCann carries it in for Pittsburgh. Loses on the toe drag, but recovers. Dumoulin sends it down low for Rust. He battles for it, tries to throw it on from a weird angle. Hits the side of the net. Blackwood able to cover. And we'll see another face-off. Ken Strome, Toews, and Nylander back out there. Bit of an energy advantage. Almost 5 minutes into this overtime. We could be here for a while, who's to say? Alex Nylander recovers the puck. Bit of speed through the neutral zone. Nylander, quick move, throws one on, goes wide. Joseph finds Hornquist, turnover there. Adam Boqvist in possession. Now Dylan Strome, poked away. Hawks finally able to gain the zone. Strome loses it right back to P.O. Joseph. Brian Rust. The neutral zone battles there. Alex Nylander, toe drag shot, blocked by Joseph. Both teams trying to throw the puck on, just having no success. Jonathan Taves can't dump it in. Took the hit. Sutter's out there. In possession, cuts back, finds Radish. Down in the corner to Brandon Tanev. Being chased, finds space. Tanev shoots it just wide of the post on the blocker side. Still Pittsburgh in possession. Radish tries to throw one on. Chopped away by Kirby Dach, and he'll carry it. Kirby looking for a bit of space. Can't get around Ben Hutton. Tanev again brings it into the zone. Finds Radish. Mikhail Bodker. Is it perhaps Sidney Crosby that's hurt? With Bodker replacing him. Haven't seen Sidney out there. Bodker has it. Shot just high of the post. Looked to pick the corner. Couldn't get it. As this one will go all the way out of the zone. 6 minutes into this OT. Pittsburgh getting the better of the play right now. Bodker looks to bring it in again. Dishes it back in front. Hutton has it. Shot saved by Blackwood. The ice a little bit tilted in Blackwood's direction. Another tough ask here for the fourth line. Try and shut down the top unit. Indeed, Crosby's out because it's Malkin on the top line. We'll see how long Sid's out for. Entwistle nearly loses it. Gilbert recovers. Tomasz Nosek tries to just dish it in front. These strategies not working for the Hawks right now. Gino has it. Brings it into the corner. Back to the point. Slap shot on. Deflects. Still loose and battled for it. Nosek has it. Finds Entwistle on the breakout. Mackenzie Entwistle looking. Brings it into the corner. Loses it in the double team. It's Justin Schultz with the contact. And now again the Penguins. Gensel shot. Rebounds there. Zucker can't pull the trigger. Back again. Gensel. Quick D-to-D passes. Pittsburgh can't get the shooting lane. Malkin slap shot goes wide. Quinville recovers, finds Nosek. Loose puck. Hawks back in possession. Nosek carries. He's all alone. Tomasz Nosek. The backhand goes wide. Pittsburgh back in control. Recovered. Patrick Kane on the intercept. Gilbert has trouble. Goes to Kane. It's offside. So following that power play chance, it's been all Pittsburgh. See, of course, the AI strategy of just throw it in front, but maybe they watch top sixes players actually get away with it. Who's to say? Ryan Pulock throws it in front. Nearly goes. Some ridiculous stick lift attempts. Nearly backfired. Pittsburgh again in the offensive zone. Back to the point. Schultz in front. Shots blocked by Pulock. Now Patrick Kane is who you want to have it. Kane cuts back to the outside, steps in, finds Dylan. Back to Kane. Glove save, Jerry. Kane is denied off the quick back and forth from Kane and Dylan. And if that doesn't go, what will? Braden Point in possession, finds Kane. Kane can't get the shot off. Still fights for it, though. Back to the point. Pulock for Kayumov. Tries to throw it on, deflects, but does not go. Off the stick of Braden Point. Pittsburgh now. Pulock intercepts. Quick counterattacking chance here. Kirby Dach looking for help. Finds it, but it's off the skates. Huge missed opportunity. Alex DeBrincat has it. Brings it all the way back to the Chicago zone. Wheels around. Still looking for space. Finds Dylan. Ned Eakin able to pick it up. It has trouble with it still. A couple of missed opportunities to gain possession of it. DeBrincat has it. Again, dishes it up to Eakin. He'll dump it in. Recovered by Joseph. DeBrincat battling for it. Eakin gives chase. Actually, Kirby Dach. But he loses it out to Dumoulin. Pittsburgh looking to avoid going down 3-1 in this series. Pulock has it. Dylan again. Now DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat. The move. Dishes for Eakin. Shot. Saved by Jerry. Joseph corrals the rebound. All it takes is one shot at any given moment. McCann, Gilbert finds Eakin. 2-on-2 developing. Eakin with a rush of speed. Windmills. Eakin shot off the pipe. Ned Eakin, the windmill. And the follow-up wrister hits the post. Nearly made himself a hero on a spectacular individual effort, and a huge chance goes to waste. DeBrincat drops back. Fitzgerald to Eakin. Fitzgerald slap shot, deflects in front by Taves, And the Chicago Blackhawks are 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup. Jonathan Toews, the deflection to win it in overtime here in Game 4 off the Casey Fitzgerald slap shot. 1 win away at this point. What a turn of events there. I thought when Ned Eakin hit the post that there's no way we're winning this game, but Jonathan Toews, not done yet, trying to keep him around for as long as we can. Again, the decision to trade Duncan Keith was not mine. The decision to let go of the likes of Saad and Seabrook, a little bit more of my decision. But obviously, the goal, try to keep Kane and Toews around for as long as possible, and that's why Jonathan Toews, even in the back half of his career, scoring a clutch overtime goal, a game winner in Game 5. And we are 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup, something people aren't exactly excited to see Chicago do this early on, I would say. But so close. But we still have a long way to go. Like another decent game from Korpisalo, or not from Korpisalo, from Mackenzie Blackwood. But of course, still worth starting him over Korpisalo is the point that I was going to get to. But I think the huge news here is just the fact that Sidney Crosby's out. We don't know how long he's been out for. I'd say at least the past 2 games. Fitzgerald's mad about the ice time. Whatever, you're a third liner. Shut up. Or a third pairing guy. Let's see how long Sid's out for. And how long he's been out for, ideally. He's done. MCL sprain for Sidney Crosby. Kind of takes a little bit of the shine off of this series to know that Sid's out. And being replaced by Mikhail Bodker certainly lose some superstar, superstar shine to this. But at the end of the day, we're up 3-1 and have 3 opportunities to claim the Stanley Cup as our own. And that first chance comes with this next game. This team will stay the same. Blackwood will start again. Game 5. Can we end it right here, right now, in Pittsburgh? Let's find out. First period, gigantic advantage to the Blackhawks. Adam Boqvist, Patrick Kane on the power play, and Casey Fitzgerald. 13 shots to 9, 2 goals from defensemen, 3-0 on the board. A picture-perfect start for the Hawks. You can't really ask for much more than that. We're in complete control, at least through 20 minutes. Second period, Pittsburgh battles back, but is it too little too late? Shorthanded goal from Mackenzie Entwistle made it 4. 2 goals from Lafferty and Hollander. Again, made it a 2-goal game, but with 7 seconds left, Ned Eakin scores a goal that makes it a 3-goal lead yet again. Hutton, an early goal in the third period, makes it a 2-goal game once more. 13 and a half minutes to go. Does Pittsburgh have enough to battle back, or can Chicago hold on? Zucker makes it a 1-goal game, 3:38 on the clock. And we're going to see how this plays out. Actually, what jerseys do we have here? Because I don't have the most recent roster update active right now, so we don't get all the jerseys, unfortunately. Just the 18-19 Classic, huh? As nice of a jersey as it is. We're going with the white because, let's be honest, Chicago won 2 out of their 3 cups, at least most recently, in these jerseys. Don't like to talk about one of those occasions, but hey, hopefully this jersey can bring us luck. 2 goals in the third period from Chicago. It's down to a 1-goal lead. We'll see how this plays out. Can we hold on? Can we survive? We're about to find out. 3:39 actually on the clock, a 5-4 lead. Do we have enough? Brody has it. Dishes it back. Jared McCann in possession. Back to the point now for Schultz. Gensel, Brody. Intercepted by Kayumov. Patrick Kane has it. Kane, the windmill, drops back for Jones. The bomb saved by Jerry off the blocker. Boqvist for Kayumov to Patrick Kane. Shots blocked. Jones has it. Intercepted by Rust. Dishes it out for Jake Gensel. moves into the middle, tries to cut back outside. It doesn't go. Puck goes back to the neutral zone, recovered by Justin Schultz, but he has trouble. Still battled on for it, nearly found its way to Kane. Dished over for Rust. He takes a gigantic hit. Now a bit of space. Seth Jones stepping up to make the play. Finds point. Can't get the shot off. Jones can't get the shot off either. 2:50 remain here. Game 5. A 3-1 lead for Chicago. Moments away, perhaps, from winning another Stanley Cup. Their 4th in 14 years. Turnover. Malkin. Glove save. Blackwood. What a save from Mackenzie Blackwood. You guys said he earned the contract after his first round performance alone. Well, my God, robbing Evgeny Malkin of all people, the surefire Hall of Famer from point-blank range in this clutch of a situation. I think Mackenzie Blackwood and Yudascore Pisalo are going to be the goaltending tandem next year. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it's looking like. Even if we don't win this series, I'm probably re-signing them before Mike regains control. Lafferty finds Poulin. Dumoulin shot, misses wide. Dillon has it. Pittsburgh back in possession, though. Joseph chips it down low. Sends it down low. Call it what you will. Samuel Poulin in possession. Finds Lafferty. Bit of space. Can't get to the forehand. 2:15 remaining. Joseph has trouble. Puck back out to the neutral zone. Joseph recovers. Finds Lafferty. Hollander brings it over the line. Loses it to Kirby Dach. Eakin. Now over to Dach. I do love the Penguins, you know, like the horns from the crowd. Such a good touch. Eakin shot. Saved by Jerry. Sam Poulin has it. Poulin again. Dumps it in. Pulock. Quick pass to Dillon. Now again. Finds its way over to Jonathan Taves. DeBrincat for Eakin. DeBrincat muscled off the puck. Just over a minute and a half remain. Poulin through the neutral zone. Dumps it in. Pulock has it. Couple of quick passes and the Hawks out of the zone. Ned Eakin in possession. Cuts back out to the boards. Eakin looking. Finds Nylander. Shot over for Eakin yet again, and a big save by Jerry with 1:21 to go on the clock. And there you see Sidney Crosby was 3rd in goals through this postseason. What a loss he was for this Penguins team. They're trying to survive, though. Taves v. McCann. Taves wins the draw. Fitzgerald has it. Looks to step in. Cuts back again. Finds Strome. Hawks working it around. Killing time. Fitzgerald finds Strome again. Maintaining possession. Dennis Gilbert steps in. Shot glove saved by Jerry through the traffic. 1:01 on the board. And honestly, I'm going to call our timeout here because I want our top units out there. It's our third line and our fourth, or our third pairing and our fourth line that has the energy right now. And that's not a risk I'm willing to take. We need our best players out there, as that mouth guard in Patrick Kane's mouth is freaking the hell out. Malkin v. Dach. Biggest face-off of the game, biggest face-off of the season. And Dach wins it. Final minutes. Sent down low off the pad. Loose puck recovered by DeBrincat. Now back to the point again. Eakin shot blocked. Recovered by DeBrincat, and another save by Jerry. 51.2 remains. Again, top line. The top line. Can Dach win another crucial draw? Yes, he can. Pulock finds Dillon out of the zone. Kills some time, though. Takes a huge hit. Pulock brings it over the line. Shot on. Saved by Jerry. Nearly looked like it caught him by surprise. Jake Gensel has it. Will Jerry head to the bench? Yes, he will. Evgeny Malkin dishes it back for Zucker. Backhand. Smothered by Blackwood. 31 seconds on the clock. We'll go with a line change. Kayumov, Point, and Kane are out there. Empty net for Pittsburgh. Can we hold on? Big win. Quick shot from Hornquist is saved by Blackwood. Jones battles. Can't get it back. Malkin for Hornquist. Still on the half wall. Hornquist turns it over to Jones. Patrick Kane has it. Through the neutral zone. Throws it on. Misses wide. 13 to go. Kayumov fans on a backhand. Pittsburgh back in possession. Final 10. Jason Zucker over the line. Toe drag, loses it, recovered, but Hornquist shoots it wide. The Chicago Blackhawks have won the Stanley Cup. Eat pant, Mike Milbury. Eat pant, my team. And we will not be losing control for another year.